Hello guys, welcome to the next IT solution. What I'm going to present you today is a school communication system developed by the next IT company. I have logged in as an administrator. Once I log in, I'll see the logo of the school and the name of the school on the left side. You have a list of sessions which you can select, current or the previous one. You can have multiple schools, so you can switch between the schools. This application is bilingual, so you can change from English to Arabic and Arabic back to English. On the top you find some circular and other notifications plus personal messages between the community. Of course, you can have your own profile and can log out as you wish. By default, when you log in, you see a timeline. It shows you all the current events based on the time and date. Of course, they show the status of read or not read, unread. If it is so, you can click on the title at the top to open the particular event to see what exactly the event contains. Or you can also filter out based on the events on the left side called filter. So we can come up and say I want to see only the circular, things like that. There is also a feature of search over here on the top, which is actually searching the menus. So instead of, as an administrator, if I have so many things out here, instead of me searching here, which could be a little mess up, it's easy to come here and directly type down the name and it will try to help you out and give you the sessions, the modules, whichever the menu you need to. So let's see, if I select circular, I will reach directly circular instead of me going manually and selecting circular. You have a basic setup which talks about sessions. You can create sessions every year, class, managing staff, roles where you can give permission to them, section and title and everything. You also have academic where you can admit students with all the personal information of the student, and of course the class and registration number, username and all these things. Parent information of the student. You can also select the existing parent if it is the second time you are adding second child of the same parent. Of course, they also have the username and images. There's also a concept of custom field where you can create your own field. Let's say I created one field called civil ID, which will be a date type for some, I don't know, vague reason. Similarly, I can create other types. So if I want to create a new custom field, I can give the name of the custom field. Let's say I want to have a passport number, so I will say passport number as a field, which is basically a text field, and my passport number is A123456. And if I submit that, what basically it will do is, of course, I have to fill the forms. What it will do is to create those as a custom field over here. Of course, if you miss out any particular validations, it will always pop up telling you cannot continue without that. You can create sections, each section, class sections, where you can say 1A. In 2015, I have 1A, which is having a class teacher named John. And similarly, you can create as many as you want, all the different classes in this thing, a combination. Similarly, you also have subjects for each class, so you can come here and say that for this class, this section, this teacher will be teaching this subject. This is important because when you circulate homeworks and assignments, automatically this teacher, when they log in, can see these homeworks even if they are not published by them. And we have a communication model, basically something like circular, assignments, homework and notice board. Let's say if we go to circular, we have over here a search for this panel, so I can come here and write any word which is visible over here. So I'm searching for a teacher, the person who created named Rosie. So give me all the name over here. Similarly, I can come up with something like from Mr. Kovais. So I get all those people with a title called from Mr. Kovais and date and those things. I can also order by the name and things. Of course, I can come here and edit existing module, or I can duplicate and make a copy of the same circular again. So let's say there was a circular last month, and this month I have to circulate the same stuff again, but with the new dates. I can copy the whole thing with the new information. Or of course, I can come here and create my own circular. I have to give the title for them. I can make attachments, and this attachment could be any font whichever I want. So let's say if I can select 4 of them and open all 4 attachments and attach it over here. Don't forget that this software comes with an Android version app with push notifications. So those entity like parents and children automatically get alerts if they are selected over here. So when I give let's say in this case, if I'm creating a circular, I have to mention this circular will be given to whom. So I can decide that based on role or based on class or an individual. If I select by role, let's say administrator or teacher, I want to give the circular, or let's say I want to give to teacher and student this circular, or I can say I want to give to everyone. Instead of roles, I can also decide that based on class. So let's say if I want to give to all the first class students, or these 3 class students, or all, select whatever the case is. I also have a feature called to give it to individuals. So let's say if I want to give it to the name person called Yusuf and Sakina, I can select them and I can give to them. Of course, I can also, there is an option also for sending the notification to them as well, and plus an email as well. You have to give a display date when it has to be displayed. This date could be a futuristic date, so you can pre-decide it and publish it over here. But whereas it will be displayed on this date only, and this date will get closed. This is the description part where you put the detail about your circulars. It could be multi-line text or formatted text, or a complete format for an event or whatever the circular related things are, and you can submit this easily. Similar way, you also have homework and assignments. But the difference between homework assignment where compared to circular is you don't give it to roles and things. You give it directly to a subject and a class. So all those students who are in the selected class, let's say if I select 1A English, automatically 1A English teacher will get this notification, and the student and the parent of that student will also get the notification. With the title, I can also have an attachment. This attachment could be PDF file or any other file if I wish to do that. Again, same idea, display date, submission date. The submission date is when this homework has to be submitted, homework or assignment has to be submitted by the student. And the description about the homework, whatever the homework is, and you can submit it. You also have a notice board which is affecting the calendar. So whatever you put inside communication notice board will be shown over here as a calendar. Again, person who has permission to see, only to them this calendar will appear. And if, let's say, open house PTM meeting on 5th Jan 2016 is only for, let's say, class 1A, then only class A1 student, teacher and the parent related people will be getting this in their calendar. Other people will not be able to see that. We have also person messaging. This is a feature where teachers and students can communicate between themselves. There is also a gallery part where you can add albums and pictures inside the album. So let's say this is one of the album name and the date, and whatever the images you want to upload, you can upload multiple images. You can select them and you can upload them all together over here. There's a concept also of an attendance where basically you select the date and the class for which you want to take an attendance, and it will generate all the class students. So let's say this 1B has 5 students, and when I scroll over them, they will show me the name of the student. And when I click, by default all of them are present. When I click first time, it becomes absent. When I click second time, it becomes leave. So let's say whatever the status is, so let's say by default it will look something like this, and then you take a attendance of the class and you say what, let's say student number 2, which is Sakina, is absent, and you can submit it immediately. Automatically it will affect the calendar, attendance calendar, which is applicable on Android version for parents and students as well. Of course, at the end, you have a promotion where if you finish session 2015 and you're moving on to 2016, you can select all the class from 15, select the class from 16 which has to be uploaded, and you can search and upload individual student on this. There are different logins. You can log in. Right now, initially I logged in as an administrator. I can also log in as a student, let's say, and the permission which are given for student might be different, so they will see only those modules which they are available to see. For instance, in circulars right now, when I come in, I see only the view page where I cannot edit and delete or things like that. I can come here and only view the circulars, and of course in the timeline itself I can see circular and all those things available already over here. Plus I can see my gallery and personal messages between me and the staff and the faculty of the school. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you need anything else, you can always contact me on my address, thenextit.in. This is my website address where you can find my personal information and my company's information. Thank you once again. Have a good day.